or budget money guitar players that want the different thing. Today's different thing is a Hartwood Drifter. Had to fight really hard to get that here. It was in customs for over 3 weeks. Almost ruining the launch date. Okay, so Hartwood is an in-house brand. What's the dog doing? Annoying. That's what he's doing. In-house brand from Gear for Music, who have warehouses all over Europe. And it's their budget brand, which doesn't do the typical, here's a Strat, here's a Tele. They try to do different things. And especially with their Daytona series, it's very different. This is a bit more offsetty, and we know what it is, but without being a Strat or a Tele, right? Have animals, she said. Okay. So this clocks in at 207 euro. That's a massive bargain. If it's good. And most of it's pretty good. Okay? I mean, look at it. No, let's not look at it. Let's go through all the stuff we usually do before we really look at it. We'll take it out of the box.
Footsteps, cracked dry leaves, shadows stretch too far, branches claw at the sky, empty air, no one there, drifting in the hardwoods, lost in the thick, drifting in the
Okay, let's get some clean sounds, product shots, and then you've seen most of it. So next I pumped this into the Tube Workshop Lulis amp. That's a very nice amp, which I have in blue. And got some noodles out of it. Let's see what happens. I was on the JTM setting. So, for 207 euro, you're getting a green or, I want to say red I want to say blue, I want to say a bunch of things, colors. You're getting a metallic blue, a sunburst, a red, a green, or a left-handed green. So they think of the lefties. You can also get it for $230 with the gig bag if you so choose. It's a pretty straightforward guitar. Two of their weird big metal things. Three-way switch, which in the bridge position sometimes doesn't work. So you gotta wiggle it, or maybe some contact spray might help. Beautifully, very bright white P90s. A vintage style 6-screw trim, which only bends down and you really have to push hard. So I'm gonna say we have 1, 2, 3 pretty hefty springs on their thin trim block. It's $207. So I would recommend not using this, but we'll see. And it's a screw in, not a clicky in. Why do they still make screw in? It makes no sense to me. I do like that it's not the traditional dots in the middle and all that stuff. Design-wise, nice body. It's a bit on the heavier side, and I'm sorry there's fingerprints on it. That's what happens when you touch things. It's a bit on the heavier side for this one, but on budget guitars, it varies greatly. Love the look with the P90s and this pickguard that is beautifully cut around the P90. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? I do like the look. It's very simple with cool lines. I like the no dots and the side things. I always say to companies, why don't you just make a block from the side, and then from the side, you actually can need don't. Dots, you can just use the blocks as side markers. And that's what they did here. Almost as if they listened to me, even though I never recommended that to them. But it makes a lot of sense. So I like these. They're simple. Pacifica is doing similar things. There's a synthesized bone nut. Okay, the tuners. Yeah, they've got these bigger Flügel, wings, as we say in German, which is kind of a look. It works. Maybe tiny bit too big for that headstock, which also works, I think. But they're not the greatest. The E string has some play. If you love this guitar and you want to play it on a more regular basis, not as your 7th cool guitar to have on the wall, putting some better tuners on there, locking, would be a good idea. But I can forgive it, given the price point of, have I said, $207. Comes with 10s on it. This is wood. It's base wood. We've got roasted maple neck at $207. Roasted maple neck with a bit of figuring in it. Rather nice. There's nothing here. There's no serial number, no anything. So trackability is a bit difficult. Why don't they print serials on there? So you would know what batch it is from and the year. So if anything comes up, it's more trackable. Fretboard is Laurel. Michael Bolt on neck. What else do you want to know? It's pretty much it. Volume, tone, 2 P90s, 3-way switch, and we're good. I can't really tell you more than that. Now, I can tell you some sounds. We're going into the Imperial by Tone King with a bit of reverb from the aux. Sounds like so. I'll retune, huh? A newer set of more high quality tuners, possibly staggered, would be a good idea. Now, would I put Graphtec ratios on there? I would like to, but they are $170, which is almost the price of the guitar, so that doesn't make sense. But Gear for Music themselves have sets of locking tuners, I think for $30 or $40. That makes sense. You would lose the look of these wings, though, right? This is cool. This is actually cool. Balanced, round, what I want from a P90. Not a cheap sound. I'm okay with that at all. Am I okay with that at all? It's not, English is difficult. between. In the back. Oh, it works. Earlier it wasn't. I like the sounds. Let's crank it up. Gonna go into the Friedman Plex, which is pretty cranked, and that's a very classic Plexi. Now you can hear, especially in the bridge, it's got a lot of bite, so it's good for a mix. It's good for in the band. But right now, soloed, it's very aggressive and very precise. It's a P90 in the back with a very aggressive amp with treble. You know, that's what happens. JSM 800 modified, cranked up. Changing gears here, we're going to go into the Bombshell Overdrive by Amplified Nation, which is a Dumble Overdrive special. gain again. Angle something big one Founders Edition, the behemoth on the top right. So, this is how it came yesterday. I did nothing. No neck, no action, no anything. This is how it came out of the box. Playability is great. Action, fine. Neck, noise. Tuners, replace them. Shape, cool. Look, who makes green guitars? Very few people. Fingerprints don't come with yours. They're mine. Can't have them. I don't like the screw-in trem. Tuning stability of the trem together with these tuners isn't there, so I would take that out. I would take that out and say, screw the trem. Let's not have the trem. Let's just not deal with that. Done. Great guitar. $207. Cool look. 2 P90s. If you don't have P90s yet, that could be your first P90 guitar. I got very little to bitch about here, except for the stuff that I did bitch about. It's not a ripoff of some, millionth something clone. Is it offsetty in jazz mastery? Oh, I mean, it's offsetty, but I mean, we got P90, so no. It's fair. Is it perfect? No. Is it absolutely fair and semi-unique? Yes. So check it out at Gear for Music. Links below. Please use them. Subscribe and like and do all the things you should do to your favorite creators. If I'm not your favorite creator, why did you make it that far? Why did you sit through all of this if you're not in love with this? That's weird. The only one who has to sit through this, but she's also in love with me, that's Leslie. But she doesn't like this, the whole video thing. She's not into this. Forgot what I was going to say. Animals at the end.
Lifeless, it's not a crime. It's only kindness. No need to cry. Already lifeless, it's not